Welcome to another fun-filled week of the Grumpy Vlogger coming to you this time live from AG Studios. I'm up here in Denver, Colorado. Looks like I got somebody I need to add to the stream there. They just popped in. Look there. Add to the stream. There you are.
Hello.
All right. So, anyways, I'm coming live from Grand Junction, Colorado. Been up here for a reunion and got to meet crap load of my grandchildren and my great grandson up here.
Great.
I am just wore out because we started on Thursday and around Friday. You know, some politician got paid some good money here because
Bill's in the.
Bill's here. He's in the.
Where the hell is he? Oh, there he is. Shit.
Yeah.
What am I, chopped liver?
Yeah.
I was there when you let Charles in.
Well, I had two of them pop up at the same time, and I just hit it, and I didn't realize. I thought I saw you come in, but then I didn't. Never mind.
You're such a lucky guy. 2 for 1. Charles and me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got class on the show, but yeah.
Yeah, I got a
I started running on Thursday.
got a glass in the show. I'm sorry.
Glass, yeah.
Please,
Well,
yeah, glass. Glass.
I got a glass. My daughter-in-law, because they don't use sweet tea in this part of the country, but she made me some. So.
Oh, that's very nice. This is one I've been drinking out of a long time. This is Little Amalora.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good channel. I was just thinking about that. I haven't been there in a while. I'll have to stop in. Does she still go live? Dominic?
I haven't seen her in a while.
I'll have to hit her up.
Mm-hmm.
We used to play online games, and they came up with this cheat boo thing or whatever. Cheat boo or something, I guess.
Booze, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me say hi to everybody in the chat. Let me get up where I can see it.
Yes.
That is the right mouse.
Okay, say hi.
Here, I'll do it. Never mind. I got it over here.
That's a wonderful thing to do. You're
I
a
can
good.
do it
Yeah.
here, so. All right, I'm going to start saying hello to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, you said
Flash
that
it
already.
back on so I can read it. We got ArtCo. We got Jody Drone Shots. We got Steve Janess, Jim. Let's see, Steve Janess, Jim. Let's see.
It's Jim. Yeah, that's his name, Jim. Yeah.
Thomas Baker.
Yep.
Oh, he's over on your channel, isn't he?
Nope. That's just Dominic and no, not Dominic. Don.
Charles over there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm not anymore.
Okay. All
I
right.
got on the right channel.
Okay.
We're so confused.
Mudball Don. Hello, Don.
You were
Bryan,
here and you were there at the same time. It's so confusing. But I thought it happened to me. I was doing it for like half the night once. I think that's how I gave myself money.
Yeah.
I
thought I was donating to you, and I paid myself.
donated donate. Yeah.
Dumbass.
So yeah, Friday night was the informal get together, basically hanging out around the bar. I only recognized about 3 people, and none of them recognized me. And then half of them didn't know me because I was going by Lloyd, and they didn't know me as Mort. So my buddies had to start introducing. This is Mort. Oh yeah, okay. And some gal come up and she said, last time I was here was 40 years ago, and I said, I was in a wheelchair. And she goes, now I'm standing next to her in the picture, and she's a little short gal. She's kind of nice, she's sweet, and everything. And it's like she never turned enough where I could see her friggin' name tag because I didn't know who the hell she was. And she said, "Oh yeah, I remember you, and you introduced me to your wonderful wife Judy. I was so sorry to hear about her." Like, "Oh, thank you. I had 43 years and went on." So I got to wait for the damn video to come out. And if any of them are watching, I apologize if I don't remember who you were. I got to wait for the class video to come out so I can zoom in on the picture and see her name tag. Find out who it was. But
Detective work. Instead of just being honest. That's great. I do that shit all the time.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of embarrassed.
Man, don't be. It's understandable. When did you see these people last?
1985.
Fuck that. Are you kidding me? You know how many ex-employees I run into since I've been a boss in this area for a couple of decades, and they come in the pop hey, hey, and I might vaguely remember them, their face a little bit, but they'll look alike after a while. I don't remember you. You don't work for me anymore. I don't have to try to remember your
Yeah,
name.
well, the unfortunate thing is probably most of them I didn't hang with anyway. There's probably only about 10 of them. So,
Yeah.
I have trouble enough remembering the ones I'm in contact with every week, to be honest with
yeah, same here.
you. Sometimes I do that old man thing. I just make up a name for them, and I just,
Can you
they'll
hear
just
me?
be Elsbeth for the rest of the day. Just,
Yeah.
just something, Astabula,
Yeah.
But let's see, anybody else there? I'll get-
Ethel.
But yeah, so ran around and I used my GPS to get me over there, and that's what I was going to talk about. Some engineer bribed a bunch of politicians and said, "Hey, let's put in a roundabout." No, that wasn't enough. Let's put in about 20 roundabouts, and then let's put half of them back under construction because we need a little change. I spent Friday night. I spent an hour lost on 3 fucking roundabouts.
You right round, baby, right round like
I
a
come
record,
round,
baby,
let's
round,
see,
round, round, round.
take the second one, and I'd like, but it's blocked off, so I'd go to the third
No, they're
one.
confusing and they're friggin' dangerous because people just cross over in front of you left and right like like a video game.
Yeah,
you know? I hate
Saturday,
roundabouts. We have
yeah,
lots of them
Saturday
around
night, I
here.
scared the hell
Yep.
out of a few people because I
But-
figured out where I was going, and I just plowed through. Fuck it,
There's cities like Atlanta have them. I've been on so many, and they're all, you're all like if you're not there on the road every day like a
Yeah.
local,
Oh
you
yeah,
don't know what lane to be in, where to make sure you're over here by, what one is gonna, because there'll be like 4 or 5 different roads that enter and leave it,
Yeah.
and it can be very confusing. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I was reading what Don say here. He said I forgot names of all the people all the time. It's common for someone as charismatic as I be more memorable than the commoners are. Yeah, well, my memory was bad. I'm telling you because
Well, you know what? He's kind of right in a way because I'm sure there are some of those people that you remembered their name right away because they were there. I never.
yeah,
Maybe they were more charismatic, or maybe you just liked them better. Or they for
we
some
were
reason.
closer friends. Yeah, we lived in the same neighborhood. And that was it. And one of the well, I recognized the guy who was going to be the MC, and he's one on the committee. He was over there talking to somebody. I walk in, and he goes, "Hi," and I go over and sit down in the chair out in the lobby waiting.
I'll be back down.
All right, and so he stands up, and then all of a sudden this behemoth giant looks like Goliath
Oh, and you locked up.
comes walking in, and
You locked up for a second there. You said giant behemoth, and you showed us you haven't shaved your armpits, and then that's
yeah.
and that's where you froze right there. So
Yeah,
okay, you saw a giant behemoth, and then what?
Yeah, and he was my next. I recognize him because he's my next door neighbor. He's 6'5", about 240 pounds, and he's not fat, so it's just he's big. So I got up, and I walked over to him, and I walked over to Wes, who was one of the on the committee, and they were talking to each other, and I was standing there, and he looks at me, and he just stands there, and I'm just smiling, like waiting for him to remember. He goes, of course, his wife didn't know who the hell I was because she never met me. But he's like,
With your clothes on.
well, that's enough. But anyways,
Lights on.
she's standing. She had no clue who I am, and neither does the guy on the phone. And Jerry starts looking at me and finally goes, and then he looks at me and goes, Lloyd? Or I look at him and said, we used to be neighbors. He goes, Lloyd? Holy hell, what happened to you?
Well, yeah, you're hiding behind that bush. What is that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You were incognito at this thing. You didn't have that.
I
back
was.
then.
And then my buddy Steve, I waited for him, and he could walk in. I walked up to him, and that night he wasn't with his wife. He was by himself because she wasn't feeling good that day. So he comes walking in. And I see him, and I just stand there and look at him and go. And I said, "What? You don't recognize me, Steve?" He goes, oh, hell, Lloyd. And then, as soon as I said something, that's when they recognized
Recognize your voice. But here's the thing: you should apologize to those people for that,
Okay,
not
dude.
because you can't remember somebody's name. Because you did. Did you have all that on your face back then when they knew you?
Nobody's ever seen me in a
And you
beard.
just stood there staring, waiting for them
I
to
didn't even-
recognize you.
I
When,
didn't even have a mustache in high school. So
you know, when you had this Unabomber thing going on. So, that's not fair.
they all remembered me with my afro. I don't know how many guys said they remembered me wearing my afro with my graduation cap flowing in the breeze whenever I walked. So
Oh my God!
I'm a little different. I'm wearing a cowboy hat as usual, and
It's quite the image.
yeah, they.
Now, see, if that woman you were talking to, now if she had a long beard and mustache on her like that, then you see you'd have an, I mean, I don't know how long.
Right, yeah,
my
I know.
Her beard's probably a lot closer
She
than
was
that.
really sweet. There's a bunch of them that were really sweet, and then the ones that were snobs in high school are still snobs now. Nothing's changed.
Well, most of the time that's true. Sometimes they get a comeuppance and they turn their lives around. But
There was
not
there was
all of them are successful enough in life.
right.
And I mean just middle class. They're not successful enough in life to continue being
being a
Karen.
snob, yeah.
It's not.
And the funny thing is on Friday night there were no name tags. So come Saturday night, everybody was going up and seeing who they talked to. Like, oh yeah, okay, I know who you are now. But that wasn't it, because when I came in to get my name tag and register that I was there, I told them Lloyd Mendenhall. 90% of them only knew me as Mort. So finally, there's one guy I knew real well because I kept up with him, and he had an identical twin brother. We were all best buds back in high school. I come walking up to him, and he looks at me and goes, "Oh my God, Lloyd!" And so after a few times, people say they look at it, Lloyd Mendenhall. I don't recognize that name. I said, "Do you remember Mort?" One of them said, "He went by Mort." Oh yeah, Then they knew who they were, and then they didn't talk to me anymore because then they remembered who I was. Said, "Fuck you," walked off.
Right. Well, like I said, I give them credit for for it kicking
Yeah,
in at
yeah.
all.
I
didn't even recognize you without a story like that.
yeah,
They deserve a Christmas card.
they do. Yeah.
But they care about you. They think about it.
It was a ball. I mean,
Yeah, they're
they
fun.
gave away money. They gave away probably $10,000.
Wow.
Wow, I need to go to your high school.
Was an 1884 silver dollar.
Oh, wow, there you go.
Yeah, I got a
Significance to that year, 84?
I don't no, it was I don't know. We were standing there checking
Probably
out.
what somebody donated.
Guy says,
Yeah.
here, take a silver dollar. And I said, okay, what do we do with this? He says, I don't know, give it to your wife. I said, well, I would, but the problem is I don't trust those people who come out to the VA cemetery. They'll steal the damn thing. So I'll just keep it for myself.
There you go.
Because obviously he didn't know my wife had passed. It was just like typical. A lot of guys came here with the first night, some of the guys came without their wives because their wives' health wasn't good. But yeah, everything said and done. It was a pretty good night. Had some good memories. Paco had given me a map to get there this time a lot easier. And I was using my daughter-in-law's car, so it took the first night. I didn't even know how the headlights worked.
Yeah.
Tell me, but then yesterday we got up early, and we went out to one of the parks, and I put my drone up, and Paco,
cool.
and I was sitting there trying to hook something or do something. He said, what, you haven't flown this drone? I said, I've only flown it 2 or 3 times. I said, I just bought it in April, And but yeah, we flew in, got some good pictures. I'm gonna get some more tomorrow. And then last night, Paco cooked out, grilled, and we had hamburgers and
Cool.
what were those sausages?
Hamburgers and hot, some bacon cheddar brats,
Bacon cheddar brats and hot dogs. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Cool.
I'll be honest with you, I've eaten real
Who's
well.
that?
Hey, Ron.
Do I?
Who'd you just speak to?
That was my son.
Oh, hey, son.
This
Hi,
is
son.
Paco. Bill, he knows you. He watches our show. This is the
okay.
guy that I play the videos at Christmas time of Apollo's Grace. This is, and
Okay.
you see him in the chat sometime. Well, this is Paco, my son. So
Fuck my son. It sounds like a
Yeah.
song.
Oh, my son. Yeah.
It does. Sounds like a song.
And this is his recording studio that I'm sitting in. So, yeah, we just had I had a good time, but
Oh, that's wonderful.
I want to tell you just one story. You guys will get a kick out of this.
Okay.
My buddy Jerry, who was the giant guy, was sitting at the same table with me,
The giant.
and his wife was between us. Jerry had on both hearing aids, and he's still deaf as a rock. He can't hear. He is stone cold deaf. So his wife, I'd say something to him, he'd lean over, and go, "Huh?" And so
He translate.
That's not funny.
Translate.
My hearing's sorry, though. It's not funny. What'd you say?
Well, mine is bad too. I just left my hearing aids at home. But anyways, so
Clean the wax out.
he leaned over and asked me something, and I asked, and she told me what he said. He said, "Who's that guy in the checkered shirt?" I said, "Oh, I don't know." And Jerry says, "Go ask. Go see who he is." I said, "Why? I don't know him. I don't give a shit." He says, "No, go see him. Go."
Was he
up there."
cute?
Huh?
Nothing. Keep going.
No, I don't know if it's true. No, I didn't know him.
I don't know him.
He says and he says, "Man," he says, "you owe me one." I said, "I ain't owed you shit in 50 years now. Just no." But I said, "Oh fuck, you're gonna whine all night, so I'll get up and go do it." So I get up and I try to get around where I can read his name tag, and the son of a bitch kept turning his back to me. So finally, I saw the MC. He was wandering around saying hi to everybody, or the host, And so I walked up to him, put my arm around him while he finished his story. Looked over at me, and when he finished his, I said, "Wes," he goes, "What?" I said, "Jerry Vaughn is too damn chicken shit to come up and ask, but who's the guy in the checkered shirt?" He said, "Jerry is." I said, "Yeah, he's too chicken shit." And we both laughed about it because he was the tallest guy in there and the biggest guy. And he says, "Oh, that's so and so." And gave me his name, and I took my arm
You're
off.
too chicken shit to say his name on the air, so there.
Yeah. Let me finish the story, because I took 3 steps. I just turned around, took 3 steps.
Give me 3 steps.
I dropped my head, and they're all expecting to hear his name at the table. I turned back around, walked up to him. I said, and I'd already asked him to repeat it once. So I, okay. Tell me that name one more time, because got it.
One more time.
He said, "You only took 2 steps." I said, "I know. Just don't give me shit. Just tell me the name." So he told it to me. I got back to the table as quick as I could. I told it to Jerry, and I forgot it after that. I still don't know who the hell he is.
It's funny. It's like that with some people. You just you might even like them, but for some reason their effing name just wasn't meant for them in your brain, apparently.
I did.
But you'll come up with the wrong name every time you see him. Oh, you're Elsinore.
We got Nana's Attic over there on Arts Channel. So, Steve.
Hey, Brad.
Hi, Brad.
Yeah.
Agnes. Hi, Agnes. What the fuck? Who?
Nana's
It'll be a
Attic.
guy with long hair.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, it was like this one guy. He graduated in the class of 74, but he came there and he was sort of the roving entertainer. He was a close-up magician. And I mean, he literally would get where you could see you were this close to his hands, and he was making a British pence, with Queen Elizabeth. One would appear in one hand, one appear in the other, and then he'd turn them back over, and they'd be Kennedy half dollars, and turn it over again, and they'd both be in the same. And me and my buddy were sitting right there, and of course, after everything was winding down, he'd come over. He recognized my name, but until Kurt said I was Mort, and he says, "Oh, he remembered me then." But I got to admit, that is one of the best magicians I have ever seen. I mean, I was no more than a foot away from his hands, and I was watching him. I thought I knew the thing he was going to do, and that wasn't it. It's like, I don't know where the hell that was magic. I did.
Well, that might be part of the problem. You were looking for something and you got misdirected.
Yeah.
If you probably would have been better off not knowing at all what he was going to do.
Right, and that was it.
Then you might have caught something strange.
What I expected him to do was the Scotch and soda routine. And this was a derivative of it, but I don't know how the fuck he did it. It was impressive, but overall, I had a good time. Yesterday, we went out for the drone, came back. 6 grandkids showed up. Yeah,
Mhm.
one great grandchild.
Remembered their names, did you?
Uh huh.
Okay. Yeah.
Tristan,
Good. That's all that matters.
Christine, Indy, Ryder, Zach. There's only 5.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
And then there was
Papa, Stinky.
then there was Carter, who was my great grandson.
Well, you know, I just caught myself. Max,
Plus my son-in-law, my grandson-in-law, and my granddaughter. So yeah.
I saw Lloyd did this a couple of times, but it continued right away. He Max headroom for a second, just here and then here, and I just saw myself do it. And I've got they got the little meter thing here, and I got all the bars. I don't. Have you guys been noticing anything like that?
Occasionally, I notice it.
It's got to be real. It's going to be real restream because
Yeah, well, Restream was a pain in the ass over on my son's other computer because he's got too much security stuff.
I will bet you that they're growing pretty quickly since what do you call the fuck were we on for a year? Huh?
StreamYards.
So here's an example. I won't remember that software's name after a while because it doesn't matter, does it?
Doesn't matter.
I don't use it anymore.
So
Because I used it for years, but paid them every month. But anyway, you know, since they pulled that shit with the doubling their price,
yeah,
I'm sure Restream grew fairly quickly. Although I don't know how many of us are there really. I guess there's plenty. Everybody and their cousin wants to be.
Well, I thought I was going to have to go to StreamYards tonight because I was having so much. I started working on this at 3
Well,
o'clock.
look at the other one. They got that. What the hell's the other one?
Oh.
It's only a couple of hours more.
EV Mux.
Dreamland.
It must be pretty good. You know, it's a small startup kind of company. Young fella. He's doing a good, and they're constantly updating it and changing it.
Yeah,
I've seen him interviewed about it. I mean, I wouldn't feel bad spending a couple bucks a month or more for that service because it works fine.
right.
And it's actually much more. There's more. There's a studio. There you could. I think there's stuff. I mean, this one has one too, but it's just they're kind of bleeding edge, and the other ones.
Yeah, EV Mux has got a lot of features. I just had problems. It seemed to glitch on me. So, but it's
well. Plus, you stream at 1080 at the lowest.
yeah.
Even though it's a couple bucks more, and it's literally like $3 more, 4 or whatever. Maybe it's 5 or 8. I don't know. It's a few bucks more, but you are streaming 1080. If you wanted to stream 1080 in this, you'd be paying more for this. And StreamYard was the same way. It was a little bit cheaper than them. But if you wanted 1080, you spent a lot of money. Well, that's what's cool about EV Mux is they just, even though they charge you a little more.
I'm thinking when I get back home, I'm probably going to try EV Mux, but we've kind of worked out since I've been here, and I seem to apparently.
This is easy to use. Seriously,
it is really.
It's got its quirks that makes it annoying, but it's easy to use.
It's got EV Mux is like a cross between this and StreamYards. It's like the best of both of them, you know.
No, plus it's got its studio where you can actually edit what you're doing on the fly. Is almost like Obi-Wan or whatever the fuck it's called.
OBS.
OBS.
Hi, Brenda.
Before the BS.
Did I lock up just a second ago?
I didn't notice. I wasn't looking though. You're
You guys
fine.
are all,
You're fine
you
right
guys
now.
are all glitching on me. So
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, well, like I said, they probably grew fast. You got to buy a lot of servers when your service increases.
Yeah.
You know, we're on in the evening, which is when most live streamers and
if I knew somebody who
content
had
go
a
live.
server I could, maybe borrow bandwidth from to do a live show from, you know, and use just OBS and broadcast straight from that, you know, that would be good.
Well, you could OBS and it'd be just totally based on your broadband. It's not like this.
Well, and plus that, you know, their IT people are kind of lacking sometimes.
What, OBS? You don't get anything really.
No.
I know what you're paying for, in other words, rather than doing.
I know somebody who might be able to set up a private server for me to broadcast and use my own.
You don't need to. You don't need to. Your computer's good enough.
Your
computer's good enough. You can run OBS. I've live streamed with OBS, but see what the overlay for this is what makes us pay for this. and you can create those overlays with OBS, but they're not. But I haven't put the time to do that, and it's not that simple to do to make it like this. In other words, I don't know how many people are coming in tonight.
Yeah.
And that one you can make.
Oh yeah, I know.
These
I know.
different
Yeah, speakers.
Is the
templates for 5, templates for 6,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
But then you got to resize everybody every time you increase or decrease it. You actually
Yeah.
have to do that on a side screen.
Yeah,
while
you do
you're
an
on the
overlay.
fly. So yeah, nah. But
what I was, Bill, what I
unless
was
there's some
doing.
kind of coding that would size it automatically. I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
But
Bill, what I was
No,
alluding to.
you individually do those overlays for the amount of people you have.
right.
So you do that,
Yeah,
you do
you
that,
set
you do
up-
that,
you
you do
But
set
that.
you have to resize the phone call basically, which is what you guys are, because
Right.
you with OBS you're bringing them in with.
OBS Ninja OBS.
Yeah, no. But they would basically dial in using like Messenger.
Yeah.
Messenger, with the video.
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
what's the
Video
fucking-
Ninja.
Huh?
I think it's called Video Ninja as well.
Well, no, there's anything. Any
Yeah,
you can
the
set
overlay.
it to. Right. What's the big one? What was the original? The OG.
Skype.
Like Skype.
Skype.
Skype. There's actually
Yeah.
a lot of information on how to bring Skype calls in to OBS. So that's basically what you're doing. They're coming in, and you have to you've got to manually have them off screen, change your screen with the different size template, and off screen you're resizing. Now, if you get fast and good at it, that's I guess, but you got to actually resize everybody's video into the new template, and then you hit basically hit live, you switch whatever, and then
Right.
and then it goes like that, and then that person comes in.
Hello,
That's a
Brenda.
lot. That's a lot. You know what I mean? But it does save some money.
What
And
I
you
was
are at
thinking,
1080 or whatever the fuck you want it to be. You can broadcast whatever you want. But see, here's the difference. The broadband works like this. They're all streaming into your channel, and you're streaming theirs and yours out. So your bandwidth usage is much
Right,
higher using OBS, but it's still nothing really.
That's like
Seriously.
VMix because
Yeah,
one,
but,
they limit,
but these streams, they're not that.
Right.
Even a 1080p stream from someone into you,
right.
is not that much. You know what I mean? We're talking oof, doesn't matter. You got enough to like have like a television broadcast station there. But even if you had 10 people on, which who wants to do that? Although it's
Right.
happened. Anyway, you have 10 people on, and 10 of them are streaming in, and you're streaming it all. And he's gone. What the fuck? Was I boring you? You're streaming out the whole thing at 1080p, by the way. So
I got to add him back in. Something happened.
so your upload is not that bad. You know what I mean? Because it's basically your computer's doing the work, and you're streaming it the whole thing at 1080p. But you're taking their signal up, and it's still nothing, even for the worst internet or small internet. But
I was actually alluding to something when I said if I knew somebody that could set up a server to host my own.
you don't need a server, man. You just run this.
No. Wait a minute.
I'll tell you. Here's an idea. Well, Paco, what's he know? Does he know anything about this?
That's what. All right, stop. That's what I was alluding
That's what
to.
you were trying to say. How about that?
That's what I was trying to say. He is an IT security tech, and I was giving him shit while he was sitting over here. That was the whole thing about
you know what? You didn't say that, and I tell you, I
I
gleaned it.
didn't get a chance.
I gleaned it that you were going to say Paco.
I have
How about that?
I just built over there.
He has 2 servers he just built over here. Yeah, he does know stuff about that. That's what he makes his living at.
Lloyd, you could do it. It's all over patience. There's YouTube. There's you. I mean, but he would do it way faster than you. Clearly.
I was going to say, why should I do it?
But it's not something he does every day either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he'd have to look. He'd have to look into the different.
I have the bandwidth to do it. I can set it at 100
Yeah.
meg.
Sure. Although Lloyd's bandwidth isn't looking too good right now.
Now it's
Yeah, he could set it to run for what?
Per video, per user.
Per user that came into it.
You're uploaded.
Right. The upload, the input is a pretty decent amount. You know,
Yeah.
but it's not. Even if there was 10 of us at 1080p, it's not just that. It's not just
Hello, Brenda.
It's not just that. It's the megabit per second. You know, the quality that's being sent up, and we're not sending up movie quality video. You know, it's just you know what I mean. If it's 500 MPS, it's a lot. So we can easily do it with our bandwidth right now because that's our download. Their upload is our download speed.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. But doing a single YouTube channel, even at 1080p, even at 4K, but we'll just say 1080p live upload is not going to touch anybody's upload speeds unless they got a really bad plan. You know what I mean? Like if you've got some DSL and you only got 1.5 up or some shit, or you know what I mean? You can't do it.
Yeah.
You know, you could join in this because these guys, our service. That's the other thing they do. Our service, our service, whatever it is, eStream, whatever. They're the server, and everybody's video is going into them, and they're the ones sending it out.
They're the ones sending it out.
Right. So we're not our PC's not doing anything. We're not retransmitting everybody's signal. That's being done somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, and
That's the way I understand it anyway.
Yeah, I know. I knew what you're saying. I did understand.
No, that's the way I understand it. I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're about right.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, well,
you don't know that. I could be wrong. No, I think that's how it works. That's
like
it.
that, yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
The
I
IT.
do have a meter on here, and I should like do a stream and screw around.
My IT people, they just said you're right. So.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
All right. Well, hey.
You're right once in your life.
Well,
don't let it happen again.
That's not true. I listen to him all the time. He's right quite often. So.
Yeah, I'm always right. I'm conservative, so we lean right. We're to the right.
Yeah. I just told it. He's telling me
not
right.
left.
He tells me you're right a lot. I just told him I didn't ask his fucking opinion about it. So.
I heard him say that. That was very nice. Thank you, Paco.
He said that was nice. You said, yeah. He's over here laughing at that. We've been giving each other so damn much shit. And let me tell you, he can give it back to me as much as I can,
I have an idea he's better at it than you are. He's just holding back.
I think so. He's waiting until the next visit. So we've kind of decided that I'm going to start coming out, once a year to see him. So
there you go. Oh, don't forget to go to Instruments and get some that talk.
Too late, Art. Too late.
Look, that wasn't meant as an insult, by the way. You're not that's not the type of human being you are. You don't have a defensive insult on the back in the back of your mind every time you talk.
There you go. There you go,
from New York. Huh? What is that?
He's got some.
You're off camera.
Lloyd. There you go. You're backwards.
Yeah, that's okay. Wash your eyes. They'll take care of it.
Yeah, I got this is the
nice toffee.
This is the traditional pound of almond coffee. Let's see. And
it's so nice when old people show you their candy.
The mint ones for Paco.
Those are good.
And I also got me a smaller box of the dark chocolate. So.
Ooh.
Oh, that's nice, Grandpa.
Yeah. So
there you go.
Here, I'll give it off. And he put it in the freezer. And then I got my daughter-in-law some. She got the hand sort what she yeah. So we went to. It was neat. I've got some video of them right after they poured the toffee out. You can go in there and watch. And of course, it's 10 times larger than it was, but basically part of that is the part we used to go down and watch them do it from the window, back in the 70s, But cool. There's a few places that changed, and there's a shitload of stuff that changed, but there's a few places that were. I remember that. And he took me on a tour of the downtown area so I could kind of refresh my memory. And we had a good time today. And then tomorrow I'm getting up and going to breakfast with a friend of mine that I graduated with. And then on Wednesday, I'm going just down the road from here to meet up with a friend that I've known since I was 4 years old. And he happens to live here now. So we're going to go have lunch together. So
what was he like as a 4-year-old? Was he different than he is now?
Well, he was a year younger.
An asshole when he was 4 years old?
He was 3 years old, and I was a year older. So yeah, he was he stayed at the first time I ever had anybody spend the night. He was the one because his mother went to the hospital to get his little sister, but she had to stay there all night to get it. He was a little.
So his mother put his sister in the hospital?
No, yeah. Well,
Well,
anyway,
she did.
so they went and picked her. They went and did that, and my older sister was babysitting him. So when we went to bed, he just started crying and screaming. He wanted to go home. There was nobody there, and we was like, "Oh my god!"
Sounds great, Keith.
So
Boy,
Hey.
when you were at Enstrom's, you should have asked them if they had any cream-filled beavers.
no, Art.
What the fuck? Why would he do that?
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
hey, you
extremely
guys, I'm a little
inappropriate.
disappointed in all of you. You all know that I forget shit, right? Say yes.
Yes, yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
you know I stream on Saturday. What did I say I was going to do on Saturday? Do you remember? Was I going to give something away?
Yeah, you were.
You were.
You were
I
supposed
fucking forgot. I just turned my head to the left and it's sitting there. I was like, ah, damn it. So this Saturday,
Yeah, that's Saturday.
this Saturday, and people in the chat, if I don't remember, you have to remind me. Anyway, National Geographic Power Rocket, 200 feet, rechargeable, reusable if you find it, and it's its own parachute. It's got no parachute to fold, nothing. Goes up in the air, and when it starts to drop down, it opens up like a helicopter, and it just wobbles on its way down. Yes.
Wow.
And National Geographic would not back a product it did not believe in 100%. And we all know National Geographic as the first place where we saw nipples in a national magazine.
Yeah, back in our day, we read National Geographic for the topless.
What else? Why else would you?
Yeah.
Oh, a gazelle.
Gazelle.
Yeah.
No.
Why is that lady feeding that giraffe? Okay.
You had to take it to a different level. Art.
He always
You just
does.
destroyed a
does.
childhood
Always
memory. But he probably thought of that when he was a kid, because that's the Art's probably been that way his whole life.
I would think so. Yeah, he probably was like that all his life.
Yeah.
And obviously, he has never grown up in height or in height or maturity. Yeah.
I was always doing cute stuff when I was a kid. Yeah, especially when the grandparents are there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did they think it was cute, or did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet they just loved
a
it.
therapist. Why is this kid constantly sticking his hands up his puppets' butts?
Now,
It's
what I
stuffed
was
animal.
thinking is they probably just loved it when he stood in the living room and farted.
God save the queen.
Yeah, there you go.
I have to admit, I did a Charlie McCarthy show at my grandparents' house from my I forget who all was there, but
Really
yeah, they were there, and I sat in a chair and I did a little Charlie McCarthy routine for them.
cool. Yeah.
I loved that thing. I took that thing like for a while. I kind of stopped doing it after a while.
Yeah.
I always liked that ventriloquism. I thought it was cool.
Right.
But-
Much like
but-
I got a Mortimer Snurd there that that I'm going to restore and upgrade into a.
I don't even, and you know what bothers me? I mean, I know was it Bergman? What the fuck's his name? The ventriloquist.
Edgar Bergen.
Edgar Bergen.
Bergen.
I'm thinking Bergman. That's not right. Bergen. Edgar Bergen.
Yeah.
I don't remember, which is not surprising because I couldn't remember the guy's name. I don't remember what Mortimer Snurd actually sounded like. I have a sound in my head, but I'm sure it's just some variation of Goofy from.
I think he sounded a little bit about like the way I talk right now.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he did. I don't remember, and that's something.
I'd have to go. I'm
Charlie
gonna have to go
McCarthy
back.
saw much more often. I don't remember. I think
Yeah.
he was kind of aristocratic when he spoke, wasn't he? Charlie McCarthy.
Mortimer was more of a hillbilly. He was
No,
more-
not Mortimer. Charlie.
Charlie was very he was very
I
aristocratic.
think he makes headroom just now.
Yeah.
But
Blame it on Restream because I know I've got good connection with this house. And I know I'm on a good system, so
he did that, right? Like that.
Is it at the top there? Are they going to be doing
Drone Nation.
thank you, Drone Nation?
Who cares? God bless them. I love them all. What's that got to do with you?
Well, it doesn't. I just want to remind people, and
It's a free country. Go where you may. Will.
plus at the top of the hour, I'm going to go in and eat dinner. Is she cooking?
Yep, she's
Yeah.
cooking.
Oh,
Who's stopping you?
well, I guess
Yeah.
I can leave it running and you guys can talk while I'm going.
Oh, I barely want to be here now.
Well, she'll let us know when dinner's done, so
Yeah.
she can just keep going until dinner's done. So
Well, it's, well, should I put them on backwards or what? Where the hell's my pocket go?
I don't know.
He's lost his pocket.
I lost my damn pocket.
I
Yeah.
don't try to help.
Thin air up in Colorado, man.
Breaking news.
You're starting to lose some of your brain power. You know.
Yeah. I got. Where is that?
The other way. There you go.
Yeah.
Grumpy Blogger.
No,
Grand-
it says Grand Junction. It's a
No.
Colorado license.
No,
plate.
well, actually, it doesn't say that to us because you need to reverse your camera.
Yeah.
It was cute the first time. Now it's annoying.
All right. Good luck. Yeah, there it was. Yeah.
And
There
away
we
we
go.
go.
Yeah. All right.
Now we can
So-
understand you better.
See, Grand
Yeah.
There
Junction.
you go.
I
Yeah.
was right.
And my daughter-in-law saw that at Instruments, and I always carry some a thing of mints, because I'm always just popping them in when I'm around people and I'm not smoking. So I just ran out last night, and she saw this and she showed it to me. I said, "Okay, I don't know how much it was, but anyway, I'm not putting it back in my pocket. Hell, I lost my pocket last time. I don't know what else I've lost."
We convert into a liberal.
Yeah, I did want to bring this up. It's kind of I don't know how you guys are going to react to it, but Art, I'm probably not going to be able to do the gimps anymore because I've been here long enough that I've kind of made the decision, and it's kind of serious, that I think I'm going to go ahead and become
A Democrat.
socialist, yeah, and I'm going to get my hair dyed blue, and I'm going to get my nipples pierced. So yeah.
Wow, there you go.
Oh, Zero, I was worried you were going to say you're going to quit YouTube. That's what I was worried about. Lloyd, God bless you. It's a free country. You want pierced nipples? I support you 100%.
Yeah, you can pierce your nipples and still be a Republican.
Look,
Yeah.
so you have
Breaking
piercings all
news.
over your
Oh
body.
my God, this place is so damn liberal. It just shocked the hell out of me.
Be Brad. Hey, Brad.
Hey, Brad. Yeah, it was a
Hey,
little
Brad.
different, but yeah, it's
I've been a Mickey Mouse fan.
Who? Who the
As
hell
long
are
as you
you?
keep your YouTube going, that's you can do whatever you want there, brother. Or even if you don't keep your YouTube
Yeah,
going.
no,
do
I'm not
whatever.
gonna. I promise, you guys, it was a joke. I will never do that. Although my grandson asked you, because he said, because we were discussing what my channel about, or my blogs were about. I said I bitched about man bugs. What? I said, yeah. He said, you bitched about man
You want to be fair though, because you don't want. In some respects, I voted for Democrats in the past, but they were conservative for all the right reasons, and the other guy was a complete asshole. And
Party
you
Trump's
got to okay, but he was okay. Bob Casey was a pretty good governor of Pennsylvania, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
he's
There's the one that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay.
Anyway, it was a fairly major election, but there's times you can't be. You're wrong, no matter what you say, because that's what they do. No, no matter what you say, you're oppressing us. And somehow subverting the Constitution, even though we think we're doing is legal. So the thing is, all you got to do is just listen to their side of policies and like that, and see what percentage of you can agree with. Unfortunately, they don't have any fucking policies now because their only policy is whatever the orange man says.
Orange man
is
bad.
Bad.
Yeah.
He's trying to lower the crime in Washington D.C.
Oh
What
my
about our rights?
dogs and cats living in the street just doing unimaginable things. That'd be horrible.
Dogs and cats?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the takeoff in the line from Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I just can't anymore.
Now I did do one thing that's what we did. That's what we did Friday is we went to he took me over to tobacco shop.
Cross-dresser me.
He got me a bag of peaches and cream, and the other one I got was the black cherry.
Black cherry. Ooh.
But that's the other one I got. You
My
got
dad had some of that. Boy, that smelled pretty
you
good.
got the dark vanilla, and I got the black cherry, and
Cherry
then we
cavendish.
both got the peaches and cream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That I could probably
it is
handle.
good flavored. I'll say that much.
Hey, Philip.
But
You know who's a good Democrat, and he's not in office right now,
Hey,
but he used to be, what, senator? No, or a congressman from Tennessee. He's on Fox. What the hell's his name? The black one that's on the five.
Henry.
I like that guy, and I can't think of his
Yeah.
damn name.
Yeah,
You know,
John-
he's definitely likable, and he's not, and he's reasonable, and he's thoughtful.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he says,
You're
but
talking about the guy
at least
on-
he's got something behind it. You know what I mean? And there's some discussion, and you know what I mean. You could be on the opposite side and not be a fucking raving asshole because you lost. Because that's why
Yeah.
they're doing everything
you're
they're
talking
doing.
about the guy that's on the 5.
Yeah, the 5. Yeah.
What is his name?
His last name is Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Not
Ford.
Henry Ford, but
No. Wasn't
yeah.
Charles Ford.
God damn it!
Wasn't Charles Ford.
I'm watching. He was. Fuck.
Guys are all sitting.
I'll let Bill look it up. Yeah.
No, I can't believe it's not coming to me.
That's what Pac was saying. You're all sitting in front of the computer. You can't look it up. I got
Harold Ford.
Harold Ford.
Harold Ford,
Yeah.
I like him.
I like that guy, and I could see myself voting for a guy like that. If he, it depends who's running against, of course,
Yeah.
and the policies and like that. But I know even if we weren't 100% on policies, he's not a whack job, and actually cares about you. It seems to be anyway in his television personality. It's, you know,
No, he wasn't Gerald Ford either, Steve.
Yeah.
no. But there's a lot of guys like him,
No,
reasonable. You know, they
one-
want to be reasonable, but the party's power now
Right.
has shifted towards the lunatic bridge.
Yep.
Juan Williams used to be on there, but
Congressman, he was a congressman. That's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, Juan Williams. He's a nut.
Tennessee's 9th district.
yeah.
Yeah. Jessica Tarlov. Most of the time, I just fast forward through whatever she says. She's
You know, and I hadn't looked at hardly any of that stuff until can't remember. I guess we were sitting out here this afternoon, out here in the studio, waiting before they all had to go pick up kids because, yeah, that's the first time I really checked, or maybe it was this morning, sitting up.
We're sitting up there.
We were sitting upstairs this morning, yeah, drinking our coffee, and that's the first time I've checked. I've been keeping up on Facebook because I've got some new friends now that I didn't have when I was, you know, before I came here. New old friends. Okay, let's put it that way. I'm still trying to remember who some of them are, but that's good. So I said something to somebody about, you know, YouTube, and we got talking about it. Well, I was talking to the guy that was, he did all the videos, all the photography, and he's a professional at it. That's what he does for a living. And he goes around the country and interviews veterans from everything from World War II, Korea. It's called Voices in History.
right.
His name is Larry Capetto. We actually talked. I did an interview. He interviewed me. He interviewed everybody. About 2-minute clips, you know. What's funny is he was using the mini mic 2 that came out. And he was putting that on. I said, "That's DJI." I said, "Oh yeah, they make a pretty good drone, but they make some really good audio and video equipment." I said, "Yeah, I know, because I've got all of it."
I've got
I
the,
got a lot of. I got
Yeah,
how much I want of it.
Yeah, I got the drones, I got the video camera, and I got the. I said, "I got the mini mic too." He said, "What do you use it for?" I said, "Larry, I have a YouTube."
Do you have a bag?
Yeah, I even got the bag. I
okay,
said,
yeah, have you got
I
With
said,
this in
have
it?
you got one of these bags?
With the OM5
I have one of the old ones, Bill.
that I
I've got a
never ever used?
drawstring bag.
Oh wow, no, I don't have that one. But anyways, got to talking, and then he realized I said, I subscribed to your channel and I've commented. We even asked me. He says, "What's the name of your channel?" I said the Grumpy Vlogger. He says, "Oh my God, that's you!" And I said, "Yeah." He just never made the connection, you know.
What?
Yeah, we had it.
Were you looking at each other?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He has eyesight and his,
No, it's just, well,
It was a retirement community. A group of people.
yeah, it was a retirement community. Oh my God. They
Yeah,
tried to
but he
hurt
knew
him
who
from
the grumpy
hobby.
vlogger was. That's all I'm saying. And he never recognized that was his friend Lloyd from high school. That's all. We say his name Lloyd all the time on the fucking show. You know, I'm just saying. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I don't know. It's interesting.
oh, and I've always said I had a small graduating class, but I couldn't remember exactly how many.
Yeah.
So somebody asked last night or Saturday night at the dinner and everything, and we had 220 people graduate from our class. So
That's not that small.
Yeah.
No, mine was smaller.
was it?
Well, no. The one school it was. I went to school from kindergarten to the end of my junior year. That one, I'm pretty sure it was 160 something. It was smaller. It was 180. It was a small school. Hasbrook Heights is only 1 square mile. But 15,000 people in a square mile. But the school kept shrinking every year. You know.
Yeah.
And then, but then my senior year, I went to West Milford Township, which was a much larger school in the country because it's in the country. Well, we consider the country New Jersey. It's not quite the country, but you know what I mean. It's spread out and nice large properties and reservoirs and trees and shit. So
That's where it was here.
right by Ringwood, New Jersey, and at West Milford, upper Greenwood Lake. We lived by. I mean, it was nice, you know. But anyway, such a large area, West Milford Township. 88 square miles, 80, I don't know, whatever it was, there was like 2,500 people in high school. Because
Well, in the area here, that is surrounded by,
it's not that big.
it's surrounded on three sides by a string of mountains, and so it's called the Grand Valley. So here in the valley, there's actually 4 high schools. Does Fruita still have one? Fruita has one.
Yeah, Fruita,
Grand Junction, Central, and Palisade. Yeah. So we actually in this valley. Of course, it's spread out. Fruita's a little ways, you know, and Palisades. At the time, they were all spread out. Now they're sort of building into each other. But and my son and daughter-in-law, they took off this week to be with me, to spend the week with me, and take me around. And they took me today. We went to the downtown area, and then we drove out there and drove through the parking lot of my old high school. And some of it has changed, some of it's still the same way it was. You know, they what do they call it? They're still the Warriors, but now they've got like a Trojan helmet up there instead of the Native American character that was there. Yeah, we had a lawsuit brought against us.
Yeah, even small town America. How big is this town? You just said the high school had what? Yeah, 200 graduating class, so approximately 800 kids in your high school. Unless you're some of these states will tell you, oh, we had 3,500 kids, but they're not telling you that high school. There's no junior high. That high school is 7th grade till 12th grade. You know what I mean? So obviously you're gonna have a lot more freaking kids.
Yeah.
But you know, but that sounds like about 800 kids. And that's,
Right now,
I had 800 and something actually. I think my graduating class might have been the same as yours. I remember somebody giving me a smaller number of 600 and something in that high school because the talk was they were talking about combining with Woodridge, the next town over.
Yeah.
Population's not growing anymore. You know what I mean? It's all built, and it's all homes.
Oh,
You
Steve,
know,
okay.
homes. That's it.
About the same as me, then, Steve. Right at that. What's the population?
65,000.
65,000 live here. It's bigger than Muskogee, I'll say that much.
Yeah.
That's good size. That's a small. Is there more than one high school?
Oh,
It's got
Well,
right.
in Muskogee, actually, Muskogee has one high school, and then Central was part of what they call Clifton, but now it's all part of the same community.
Right.
So, and Palisades is still a little further out. But
I don't know how many Martin County has, but 2 of their high schools have bowling teams that bowl with us. So they have at least 2. And Stewart's not that big a county, really. You know what I mean? Now, Port St. Lucie's a lot bigger, and we used to have 5 or 6 schools play at our, you know, but I don't even know that all the high schools are even represented. You know, some high school, not every high school has a bowling team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
But now we have it's a pretty good sized town. It's a lot bigger than it was when I was here.
yeah.
But
That's cool. I mean, that's you know, that's I like the idea of a smaller class. and get to know. Because there's no way you're getting on. You got 1,000 kids in your class. How many of them did you never say a word to? And they're in your fucking class. I don't mean the year behind or 2 years behind. I mean they're in your class. You never even said fucking hello to
Yeah,
them.
right.
Because that could easily happen if there's 1,000 of them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Well, I had my mother when she graduated high school. There were 500, but she graduated in Denver. But it was at a Lutheran school. But there were 550 in her graduating class.
Right.
And that was in 1939.
Wow.
There was over 500 in my niece's graduating class.
And that was 12th grade too. That wasn't,
And this
his
is not a
grade.
big
Yeah,
school.
my mom, she graduated from 12 years of high school, which right now would be equal to a master's degree at the way their education is now. So,
That's
but,
2,500. That's a good sized school for 4 years. That's that's hard
Yeah,
enough to control and maintain. You get too big, it becomes just like trying to run a prison. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's less like a school and more like herding cats and and graduating them if they don't hurt each other.
yeah. So speaking of herding cats, that Friday night when we got together, we all started mingling in the lobby, and they said, "Well, we need to let's go into the bar and grill." And some of the guys went in there, and some of us did. Then we started. There's this long hallway. Well, let's go all out to the patio. Trying to get all them damned old folks to go to the same friggin' place. I said, and that's why I told them, I said, this is like herding cats. What we ended up was from the lobby down this long hallway that ran the length of the hotel area all the way to the back. There were people lined up, and then they were going. Some of the line was going into the bar and coming back out the other side. It's like, because most of us didn't know who the other people were unless you lived here all your life, and which a lot of them had. But
And it's a shame. I think I might enjoy that. But you know what? The high school I went to 1 year, my senior year. That was it. I'm not going to remember hardly anybody. Seriously.
right, yeah.
I remember my friends in my inner circle and like that, maybe at least a couple. But I had plenty of friends in that school for some reason. They thought we were interesting. We had a New York accent. But
I was born in 1937. Thank you.
but the other school that I went to, although 37, right? That's nice.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, I'm older than
88.
dirt,
He's
so,
88 years old. That's it's close. But
someday
and then the
that's
other
what-
school, I get posts from them, things happening in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey. Oh, by the way, did you see Hasbrook? Did you see we had national attention for the earthquake a couple weeks ago on a Saturday. The first one that hit Jersey at 3.0. That was in centered
really?
in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey,
Oh,
Yay.
yay.
Woo!
right next to Teterboro Airport.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
literally next. I could walk down into Teterboro Airport from where I lived, actually, and it was down. Hasbrook Heights actually is like kind of on a ridge. You know what I mean? We lived for a while on one of the streets, Henry Street, that went from the typical and made its way down to like 17 eventually, Route 17,
Right,
which
right.
is Meadowlands level. You know what I mean? There's something called and I think it's part of the same ridge. There's the cliffs, the Englewood Cliffs, right? Which is also a town. But there's something called the Englewood Cliffs, which is a ridge, and it goes closer to the shore and then disappears. And with the heights is on it, So I know that's boring shit, but so I can imagine there might be an earthquake. I mean, it's on the edge of kind of it's not a huge drop, 100 something, maybe 100 feet,
Right.
But
Still,
still, I mean, it's not going anywhere.
yeah, it ain't going anywhere.
3.0 is
It's
not.
it's a little far away to fall off into the ocean.
New Jersey, people don't talk about it. They have little micro earthquakes all the time, and I must have lived through them and didn't even know.
Yeah, we have a lot of those micro earthquakes. We had one the other day near me, 3.0?
Oh, yes.
Middle of the night though, and I didn't
I was right
feel it.
next to an airport. Sometimes it got loud. I mean, you didn't notice it, by the way. I don't remember airplane noises growing up, and that's the largest municipal airport in New Jersey, and it's right next door.
Right, yeah.
Not the largest airport in New Jersey, largest municipal airport. It's pretty large, and some decent sized planes flew in there. And we had Curtis Wright in Woodridge, a section of Woodridge was really just like literally the woods, connected to the edge of Hasbrook Heights because they're the next town over. We're going to share a border with this Curtis Wright. Fucking huge parking lot. That's where I used to fly Estes rockets. because that parking lot was
Yep.
it was just too big.
Right,
It was so
yeah.
close. You know, especially if you went a certain day like Saturday. It's all union, you know. And there was a spot we knew that was a break in the fence. We get out there and we shoot Orestes out there, and you'd never lose them. It was that, I mean, a parking lot was that big. It was huge. But they would test rocket engines there or jet engines there. And you know how they would test them? You'd hear it if you paid attention. Didn't even notice it. But it was they would run them full blast until they break. I mean, so it'd be like, you know, it's not all that big, but sometimes they're doing tests on jet engines that are for passenger liner sized jet engines. You know what I mean? These things can
Yeah,
be
yeah.
loud. And that's exactly what they do. They see what fails.
Well, when I was living in Tucson in the Air Force, we lived off the base a little ways, but at nighttime they would do what they're called trimming the engines, was getting them all balanced and tuned up.
That's loud.
Whenever they had to do work on them,
Right.
so they'd back the jets up to these big concrete barriers that it was open on the front and had three around, and then it had an exhaust out, and that thing would light up. Hell, you could see it for miles because and you could hear it all over the damn place because.
Well, I mean, the heat would generate such a blinding light, and then even that barrier would start to glow from the heat. You'd imagine, but I would think it would. You know, I could be wrong. It would certainly be fine. I wouldn't lean on it for a while. You would just stay there, cook the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know they used to do that, and like we didn't even notice it really. You know, even though it was we didn't. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, yeah, that was it. You just
there's that sound. You know what I mean? But it's not interrupting your
you
day.
get used to it, and you just don't notice
So
it.
I'm sure there was some little I had to have been. I was there for kindergarten. Actually, the year before kindergarten to until I graduated high school.
Right.
I mean, the last year was still New Jersey. It was in the northwestern part of it. Actually, you could walk from my house in about 15 minutes, and you'd cross into the New York State border. In Warwick, New York, if that means anything to anybody.
Right.
But it's nice up there. Don't get me wrong. It's creeks and fishing and hills and pine trees and actually mountains, small mountains, old mountains. You know.
Right.
Yeah, it was very nice. Yeah. My douchebag brother still lives there, actually.
Well, gentlemen, it is 3 minutes after 7 here. 8 o'clock in Grand Junction or in
And you got to eat.
Muskogee. Thank you.
Where you live.
I've been all over the map this week. And it will be 9 o'clock your time, Bill. So that's said and done, and I think
11 o'clock
supper's
here.
ready for me. So I think I'm gonna call it a night. But I want to thank you guys for being here. I'll be back home Thursday afternoon, and if I'm not too tired, I may do the Gimps. But if I am, Bill, you can take my place.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
sometimes I don't feel up to it. I missed it last week because I literally fell asleep on the couch when I got home.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we watched it here the next day. We watched it here Friday morning, so I noticed, Bill, that you didn't make it. I figured, well, it's something like that. But
Well, actually, what's funny is I didn't see the message until obviously the show was already going, but the timestamp on the message was 5 minutes before you went live.
It's no.
You didn't hit send or something. I don't know what the hell happened there. But it's time.
Yeah.
I swear to God, Art, it's timestamped like
Oh.
7:56 or something.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, what the hell happened? For a moment,
I've been having problems with messages just really dragging, like that lately. Messenger.
yeah, it's unusual. I get a lot of messages. They're usually fairly quick, but I guess
Sometimes it just it just does what it does. But
Yeah.
so with that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and say good night to everybody out in the chat. Go watch Drone Nation. I don't know if they're doing a show because I think they went up to that.
No, I've got the notification.
All right,
They're live. Maybe they're live up there.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I'm going to get off here and I'm going to call a night. So you guys can hang tight for a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and start the outro and end the stream. But guys, you have a good week, and I'll see you all when I get back. All right.
Good night.
Good night, folks.
Good night.
What is it? Why is it? It's not.
Lloyd,
Yeah, I know. It's not letting me in the stream.
you hit live. You
I
hit
hit-
live like you restarted the stream. We're live right now.
It was still live. Oops.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's a new stream.
No,
No, it's still counting. 1 hour, 5 minutes, and
Yep.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. It's not letting you in?
No, and it's not letting me switch back to my camera.
Huh.
Oops.
Hmm.
Oh,
Really?
well,
Don't be a dick.
yeah.
Hey, you can't get to your settings or anything?
No, I mean, I'm right here. I'm on the screen. It's just not switching anything. It's just everything like.
All right, well, close it and close your browser and log back in.
Yeah, I'll do that.
there's only one way to be sure. We've just got to go up and nuke the site from orbit.
Just see, here's the thing. You can close the browser, log back in. If it doesn't work, we'll just say goodnight, and it's going to run for an hour and then shut off automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So why don't you give that a try, Lloyd? I guess you did. No response. And we got this wonderful picture up here. What are you guys seeing?
It's a camera.
It's your
Yeah, that's
camera,
what-
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Back
saying.
of the camera.
I was gonna, if you get into the settings, you could have made one of us a co-conspirator. You can get one. You can put one person in there, unless Art already is. Art, do you know how to log into his Restream account?
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
All right, I got it
Oh, yeah.
now.
Hey,
I
Lloyd.
gave you the keys to